guys, what's up? This is Jordan Crook with TechCrunch, and I'm here at Time Inc.'s 10 NYC Startups to Watch party. I'm here with Grouper, the founder, who is Michael Waxman. Hi, how are you?
Doing well, how are you doing?
Congratulations.
Thank you.
So, you guys have some pretty serious competition right now in the form of Tinder and Bang with Friends and everybody else. How are you different?
Sure, so we like to focus on our strengths, what we think we do best, which is the hardest part, and that's actually getting people together. So, traditional online dating sites and social networks like Facebook, I think, allow you to look at photos and exchange messages, but ultimately it's about meeting up and having a good time in the real world. And so that's where we're really differentiated in what we think is our strength. And so like when you go on a Grouper, there's going to be 3 other people there, you're going to go with your friends, you're going to have drinks, and being able to guarantee that and do a really good job of that, which is the hardest part, is what we think really sets us apart.
I see that you guys focus a lot on partnerships. You've done some stuff with Hipmunk, you've done some stuff with Uber, I believe even Airbnb, right? Yeah. So how is that panning out for you guys in terms of user feedback, and do you have any future plans? Is there something you're excited about?
Sure, so for us, we're trying to solve this larger problem of bringing people together offline, and there are a lot of great companies that are attacking this broader problem. So companies like Airbnb, for instance. And so, when it makes sense and we run across someone who's, working on the same mission, we're happy to team up. But, actually, other than those few you've mentioned, we've actually been pretty stingy overall with partnerships. We're fortunate to be approached all the time, but we've actually really pared down a pretty big list of potential people we can work with to a small few who really share our vision.
How do you deal with, I was talking to the Grindr founder.
Sure.
And we were talking about why Blender is a failure, whereas Grindr is this, he would never call it a failure, but why Blender has not done as well as Grindr has. Sure. And it's because men finding men in real time, location-based, makes a little bit more sense, whereas women are a little bit more freaked out by that.
Sure.
How do you deal with the fact that almost all online dating sites are turning into sausage parties?
Yeah.
How do you deal with that?
So we have the really fortunate problem of actually having many more women than men on our site.
Weird.
And I think, one of the reasons why is, first of all, our nucleus, out of our, first 4, we were 2 guys, 2 girls, so I think we kind of had that input from early on. But I think it's also our model, right? So compared to the alternatives on Grouper, you're going with your 2 friends to a public place with people who have been pre-screened and you've been matched to. So I think compared to even meeting a sketchy guy in a bar or, some rando from a dating site that you're going to meet, by yourself, safety in numbers and the fact that they're pre-screened, I think, gives people a lot of comfort.
So how do you feel about the whole friends of friends thing? That's a big trend right now with dating sites, is having that kind of credibility, right? Because it's not only that you have some sort of mutuality with this person, but it's also that you can't lie.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, right?
So absolutely, so we totally agree that friends of friends are really interesting, although we actually have this kind of curve in our approach, which is if you have a certain amount of friends in common, it's probably good, but if you have too many, you're probably exes who defriended each other on Facebook or something, so there's probably a point in which it's too much. But in terms of people being authentic, again, our model is, it's 3 friends meets 3 friends, and so we find that just being with 2 people who know you really well and call you out on your BS is another way that people really end up being themselves on Groupers, which I think is really cool.
Awesome. All right, well, thank you so much for chatting with me, and congratulations.
I really appreciate it.
On being such an important NYC startup.
We're trying.
I'm very proud of you.
Thanks, appreciate it.
All right, guys, that is it for Grouper.